10,000 people a day turn 65 in this country every day. Every day, on average. Every day all this year, and every day for the next 17 years. Until we got 77 million people retiring. You look at the second thing, this year, the federal government will spend $3.56, whatever they spend, trillion dollars. But 10 years from now, they'll spend $6 trillion. That's $250 billion a year increase for nothing but entitlements, primarily entitlements and debt.
Well, that raises a great point, because the president has, in fact, to give him his due, laid out a plan that would replace the sequester with exactly the kind of entitlement reforms you're talking about. And they may not be, you know, the really far-reaching reforms that many in the Republican Party would like to see, but they would save $400 billion over the next decade out of health care. They would, you know, dial back the payments to Social Security, and they would save even more in the next decade. Should Republicans accept some tax increases that the president is demanding in order to do these entitlement reforms? Should they take that deal?
Well, I think there's something that comes before it. I think Republicans and Democrats alike ought to accept the fact that we're going to be 10 years from today, maybe on the edge of not being able to fix a lot of these things. So if the president cut $400 billion out of entitlements over the next 10 years, that would leave us where we are, and add to that something like $2.1 trillion more than we have today. So you not only have to cut some spending out of there, you have to change some program activities. You can fix it without a great deal of strain over the next 2 or 3 or 4 years. If you wait out until the 10 years, you will have a national crisis, because A, it'll be huge numbers, B, the debt will be much bigger. But the other thing that's really scary is everybody that gets Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security, you know, they think, and we're all living longer and longer and longer, thank you, but the bottom line is they think that it's mine, you owe it to me.
They do.
You know, and it's a very, very difficult thing. I don't think it's easy, but remember one thing, 10 years from now, will be about 20% of the budget available to run the military and everything else in this country because of this massive growth of entitlements. We can fix it, we should.
At the end of the day, do you think you still have a path to citizenship for 11 million undocumented workers? Is that what ends up as the law of the land?
Well, that's what I'd like. But I would say you don't get a bill if you don't have a strong path to legality and to an opportunity to participate fully in this society. When would you get a path to citizenship? I hope now, but it could be altered a little bit.